Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor, and let's get right into today's live stream. It's a Tuesday today, and the market really hasn't moved for the most part. But nonetheless, we do have some big news in regards to Farmbase and airdrops. The Scroll airdrop did actually hit today, and we can see the Scroll SCR token is trading for $1.16 with a $220 million market cap, 1.15 billion, fully diluted. But if you guys are wondering, yes, Farmbase did get this airdrop. I got it here in, I think this is around 11 or 12 wallets or so. You can see the amounts, nothing really too crazy, right? Most of these got around 50 to 60 tokens, which is around less than $100. So if we account gas fees, yeah, it's actually major actually let down here with Scroll, because the gas fees were so high on the Scroll layer 2 network. These tokens didn't actually cover the cost. If you're wondering, I'm being completely straight up and transparent with you. The other one should be different because the Scroll layer 2 network did have the highest gas fees. They had stupid high gas fees. It's supposed to be a layer 2, supposed to save on it. But yeah, that one, that's the result. The airdrop actually didn't even cover the cost of the gas fees. Now, this likely would have been different if they didn't do a Binance launch pool and give the same amount of tokens that they gave the airdrop farmers to the Binance launch pool. But hey, what's done is done, and we're not going to cry over spilled milk. But hey, I thought you guys would enjoy that little update in regards to Farmbase. It does work. It just needs to be a good airdrop to actually make sense. Now, if we look at the gainers and losers on the day, we got a lot of coins moving, and they're not all meme coins, which is quite interesting, right? We can see coins like Big Time. The gaming coin is up 33%. Skibidi, which is a meme coin, obviously, is the highest gainer on the day. So nothing's really changed too much overall in the market since we were live yesterday. But we have some AI coins like DMTR Dimitri up 25%. PAI is up 21%. Zeph up 18%. So some of these coins are moving that aren't meme coins, which is a good sign. And if we look at the top losers on the day, it's basically all meme coins except for ApeCoin, Scroll, and Dream Machine, which is kind of a meme, but not. It's more gambling and entertainment. But that's the current state of the market. Meme coins still leading the way. Meme coins still taking up most of the spots in the top gainers and losers. And that's where all of the attention is in crypto currently. If we hop into the Bitcoin chart, nothing has happened whatsoever since we were live around one full day ago. All right, completely sideways here on BTC at the 67K level. The Monday low is still holding at 66,800, which is cool. But definitely there's room to go lower here. All right. We have a very key level mapped out with a nice circle at 65,000 to 66K. Price could very easily. We're in such a weird spot, not really a weird spot, but a spot where things can go either direction and both would make sense. Right, a regular pullback down here to 65, 66, or maybe even just a retest of the monthly open, right? That makes perfect sense with around 2 weeks left in the month. Plenty of time to put in work and recoup the retracement and, close the month green higher. So that makes perfect sense. It also makes perfect sense to see price hold strong and just simply go for the breakout from here. So both options are on the table. And nobody can necessarily force price to go in either direction. So what we can do is just map out the levels ahead of time and be ready to act if the mapped out level is given. All right. So Bitcoin on this chart with our parallel channel, we're still hanging out right at resistance at the top of the channel. All right, the weekly candle, again, it did close above, which is a very good sign. And we are simply pulling back to start this week. All right, so one thing to consider, I think should be considered, is we can get a new trend line up here on this chart, and we can take it from the low that formed down here on the 5th or the 6th of September, and we can attach it to the low over here on the 10th of October. And we get another pretty important trend line in my mind that is new. All right, and if this was to come back into play, depending on what day it happens, if it happens this week, we're seeing the low 60s. If it happens during the weekend or on, say, yeah, this week would be low 60s, next week would be mid 60s if this trend line does come into play. And this is just another support level that we can act off if price does end up giving it. But that would take us kind of right to the 63K levels. So that also wouldn't surprise me because, again, I've had this level mapped out for a long time. We've been discussing it for a while here on stream as well. So we'll see how we go here. Price is definitely taking its time. I wouldn't be too freaked out because of that. It doesn't really mean either good or bad that price is just kind of stalling up here at the top of the channel. It's definitely making impatient people overtrade and make bad decisions, which is very common. But nonetheless, we should see this resolve soon. And my overall kind of thesis on the market is still very bullish. All right, we still have the election coming up in less than 2 weeks. And again, a Trump victory would send this thing sky high. I'm talking all risk on assets. So with that on the table, we have a very interesting 2 weeks ahead of us. And as of right now, Bitcoin is simply sitting directly at a major higher time frame resistance level. It's either going to break a 7-month range or continue to chop around inside of it. And we'll be finding out shortly. Now, when it comes to some alts like ETH, right? ETH once again rejected from resistance up here at 27,800. Another failed breakout attempt, basically. And ETH here on the daily, 2550 looks like a good level. If there's going to be one coin to run the lows again, it's going to be ETH just because of how weak it's been. There's so many reports of the Ethereum Foundation selling and things of that nature, right? So ETH is definitely the weakest asset out of the majors. Bitcoin, Sol, ETH is the weakest, all right? So if one of them is going to run the lows, it would be ETH down here to the low 2000s again. But that would for sure be like, that's an absolute no-brainer. Probably the easiest trade you'll ever get. Because ETH will go back up to 5K. It will hit 5K this cycle, bare minimum. And, it's a 2X to that point right now. But the low twos, it would just be free money. You just have to pick it up. But again, ETH the largest out of these majors. Now, when it comes to Sol very similar to Bitcoin here. It is technically stronger right now in terms of relative strength of what's playing out here locally. Right, Sol has not swept its Monday low just yet. When Sol does break out here and go back up and test the all-time high at 259 from last cycle, it's going to pump so much hype and liquidity in the market that Sol is the leader. Sol is the altcoin leader. When Sol breaks out here, gets above 185, and then clears these highs at 200 and marches up here to the last all-time high, it's going to be the full-on kind of alt season hysteria in my mind. All right, so this is all still the calm before the storm, and Sol chart is very similar to BTC here. If we drop this to the 12-hour, the monthly open at around 150, if given, likely does hold as support if we see a drop from here on Sol. Otherwise, probably just break out. So that's where we're at currently, lads. We're at a point where we can realistically go either way, and both ways would make perfect sense to me. If we do go down, it's temporary, and we'll go up after. Simple analysis, right? Anyways, let's check out what's happening here in our live chat. We got Glasshopper77. He says, let's get those gains. What's up, Glasshopper? We got Ladger Doodle. He says, smash the like button for the man. Thank you, Ladder Doodle. Guys, smash that like button. We got Raul Guru. He says, let the gains begin, guys. Only if you smash the like button. Yes, sir. Smash it up. Smash that like button. Thoughts on Drift Protocol? I believe this is like a Solana decentralized exchange with leverage. Yeah, on-chain trading on Sol. In terms of a token, I wouldn't buy the token, but if I wanted to, say, trade in a decentralized manner, maybe I would use it. Newer chart, newer coin. Chart does look fairly decent. August 5th crash here. Series of higher lows here with a resistance here at 61.6 cents. So yeah, these Solana plays, Solana does well. This will probably do well too. And yeah, once this convincingly breaks 61 cents, it should really start to move. But Dex coin, it would be good for a bull market trade. You buy it, it pumps, you sell it, and you move on. That's my thoughts on that coin. What's going on, Dre? Dre says, let's get after it. Absolutely. And what else is going on here? We got Ryan. Ryan says, you're like Benjamin Cohen's cooler younger brother. Hey, thanks, I guess. Not really a fan of Ben Cohen, but hey, thank you for that's a compliment. So thank you, sir. Norala says, hi, Connor. Nice to see you. Please, can you say about MATIC? Okay, not really sure on the question, but we'll take a look at MATIC. Now, something like MATIC, this is a coin that went 300x in the last cycle. So you guys know my thoughts on coins that have experienced multiple market cycles before. I don't love them. They changed this to Paul. Stupid branding move. Honestly, it was just to reset the chart because the chart's so effed right now. Yeah, this is crazy that they reset the chart like this. Can we get an all-time view? No, we can't. All right, so we got to work with what we got. So 30 cents on MATIC is a support level that we don't have here on the chart, but I just remember because MATIC is a coin that I held from the bottom to the top of the last cycle. And I did actually get out. But anyways, I remember MATIC when it pumped from $1, it stalled at 30 cents for a few weeks, and then it went towards, those major multiple dollar levels. So MATIC now is basically back to that 30-cent support level that, again, we can't see in the chart from 2021, but we know it's there because we were in the market back then. Very, very bad look. It's also a foundation now. You know how I feel about foundations and corporate structures. They are scams. They manage money very poorly, and they usually burn through resources that can be utilized better. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm not bullish on MATIC at all at this point in time. But we know 30 cents is a big support level. I mean, the chart's down bad, right? This is a very bearish pattern, actually, where it's just lower highs into horizontal support. In a bear market, right? Look at Bitcoin in 2018, right? This was what led to the bear market low, this exact kind of chart pattern. Horizontal support, lower highs into it, breakdown. But being of where we're at in the cycle, maybe this doesn't happen. But yeah, my thoughts on MATIC is just not worth holding. The foundation has to sell. So if you buy, you're just enabling them to sell basically into volume. That's how I look at MATIC. Big Wave Dave says, good to hear something about Farmbase. Had a couple freemium accounts with Sol and Base. Yeah, the Base airdrop should be a big one because gas fees are cents instead of dollars on that network, and that makes a very big difference. Shout out to Vinay Kumar. What's up, Vinay? How are you? He says, check out Naka Wallet. They released new cool products. So Naka, that's why I'm bullish on it. I think it's got one of the better teams out there that continuously ships updates and works on the project and makes things happen. So yeah, very good news on the Naka wallet. They launched cryptos PayPal with the release of nakawallet.com. Yeah, I'll make a full update video about this kind of stuff, but good news. Naka chart, same as where we looked at it yesterday, or was this yesterday or earlier today? Nonetheless, higher lows, horizontal resistance at 150, break that. We go back to the highs at 330 and then make new highs. But Naka is still one of the better gaming coins in my opinion. I personally feel better holding something like Naka than a lot of other gaming coins, because I've looked at a lot of what's out there on the market, and Naka does seem to be one of the better ones. Mary says Drift and Camino. So I think Camino is lending and borrowing on Sol, if I'm not mistaken. And we already looked at Drift, which is a DEX leverage exchange. Let me just confirm. Yeah, lending and borrowing on Sol. So DeFi on Sol. Sol performs well. DeFi on Sol will also perform well. Very bullish chart. I haven't looked at this really ever, but this thing's about to break its listing candle high here. Nice rounded bottom here. So watch if it wants to do one of these cups. And I would be looking, if it does want to do that, at the monthly open level around 8 cents, 20% lower from current price. All right, you got the signs of a local top potentially. You're at major resistance. You have price making the higher highs and RSI making the lower highs. So there are signs that it does maybe want to pull back. Otherwise, it just goes full turbo and breaks out here into price discovery. And that will depend on what Solana does. And that depends on what Bitcoin does. So there's a bit of a chain of command here, a game of dominoes in terms of money flow and money kind of circulation through the crypto ecosystem. But very bullish chart, and I think DeFi coins like Camino would be better than something like Drift. Kazuya says 25th of October, Joe Rogan will podcast with Trump. Looking for long during the podcast if Trump mentions Bitcoin. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of memes created from that. I'm sure there's going to be some market volatility from that. So good shout there, Kazuya. Something to look forward to here coming up in 3 days from now. Football Dream, he says that the volume is low while price is going down. Bears have got no strength. As of now, it's largely chop and slop happening here at 67K. I mean, there's really no volume here in these candles on either side. And there's more selling volume because it's all cumulative, right? So we'll see how it goes. It's choppy, man. But I love the bullishness. Screw the Bears. They're weak. Let's see. Richie, would you rather hold Fed or Tau? Tau 100%. Both are going to go up, but I think Tau does a lot better. Big Wave Dave, he says, finally caught the live stream. It's a little before 3 p.m. Hawaii time. Nice, Dave. What island are you on over there? Was there 5 Hawaiian islands? I think so. I've been to Hawaii 3 times, actually. As a little kid, I had a family member that lived there, actually, on Kauai, the smallest one with the best nature. Let's see. Lucas says, hey, Connor, thoughts on math? Never heard of math before. Wallet? As a wallet coin, it's never really been something I'm interested in buying. I typed in wallet. Yeah, so there's the Trust Wallet token. This thing's ripping. So the Trust Wallet token, right? I got that airdropped. It ripped. So I know these wallet coins can pump. Curious what the incentive is for the token. But hey, let's just talk about the chart for now. So on the chart, it looks quite good. I mean, very aggressive move here from the 20-cent level. 15 to 20 cents, bang, pump up. That's your yearly open, all right? Kind of held here as support. So as of now, treat the breakout as a real breakout until proven false. And there is an interesting order block here in the 12-hour time frame at 35 cents. And there's your golden pocket there. Okay, so if you see a deviation of Monday's low into the golden pocket in this demand zone, that looks like a great level to buy this if you do want to buy it. In terms of the fundamentals of the math wallet coin, no idea. Not the right guy to ask something like that. For base, he says, give me that dip and go down. I enjoy volatility. I don't enjoy this. This is brutal, right? I like when price either goes like this or like this. This is brutal, sideways, crab, chop and slop, as I like to call it. So yeah, do something. I'd like for it to do something. Fiat equals poor. He says, hit the like button. Connor, you're the man. Thank you, Fiat poor. Appreciate you, man. Can Tilly recover? Highly kind of doubt it. Maybe they revive it out of the trenches. But look, Labradoodle, this was a pump fund launch. 99% of these go to zero. And we just happened to have the opportunity to buy it at a very amazing price. Right? We just happened to buy it down here. So yeah, I wouldn't count on it coming back, but hey, never say never, right? Stranger things have happened, but I'd say there's like a 99% chance it stays low and doesn't make a comeback. But hey, I could be wrong. But hey, that's why if you're playing the trenches, you have zero emotional attachment to the coin. From say entry to the high, this thing went up 17x and ample opportunities to sell at 10x. So hopefully you made money on it, but I doubt it comes back personally. We got Warthog Thunderbolt, familiar name here in the live chat. Haven't seen him in a while, though. He says long and strong. Absolutely love it. Warthog Thunderbolt, good to see you here in the live chat. Fiat Hater says, good to see you, matey. Thanks for the chuckle yesterday and the mindset of memes. Quotation, eat some crayons and snort some balloons. Sounds like the lads coin. Yeah, that was totally uncuffed, man, or off the cuff, unscripted, but it's true, right? If you want to play these memes, you really got to embrace the brain rot and lower your IQ. But yeah, glad that you enjoyed that little joke. Let's see. He asked, how does Bonk look? The Bonk coin. Let's look at this one. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. Don't need it anymore. So this sweep here, and we're getting the reaction from that now. We are below Monday's low. It would make perfect sense to sweep last week's low, 0.00002. And let's go ahead and take a fresh fib here. Okay. All your daily EMAs are clumped up right here at the same level, just above last week's low. So I would definitely welcome the scenario where Bitcoin breaks out and these coins stay strong. But there's some things that are impossible to ignore here on Bonk. No matter how you draw your line, it broke. So yeah, we want to look for Bonk to correct here. Definitely a level of interest here. And definitely a level of interest here on Bonk. So what would I do? Well, I wouldn't overcomplicate it. What I would do is I would just understand that price is dropping into levels we want to trade off of. All right, so how do we get notified? We just add alerts at the levels we want to play. And you can also use limit orders, but it looks like opportunity is coming for Bonk here. Here's the thing. This low could easily end up holding. I wouldn't be shocked. But if we want to wait for the best levels as possible, it's these two. And you really don't want to see it come back and revisit these lows. Unlikely that that happens, especially if Solana breaks out. But nonetheless, I like this previous week low as a level to long. And I would wait for a confirmation entry too. I would wait for price to come in and then out to enter, right? I wouldn't just buy it on the knife. I would wait for price to come in and then out. And out would be the trigger. Call it confirmation. Johnny Boy says, yo, patience be hard and shit. Real talk, yo. Real talk. Let's see. Check out KDAO. It minted out in Caspa and caused the fee spike. Caspa's DAO community token. We'll look at that in a moment, but we did just get a super chat. We got a €4.99 super chat from Germans1. Thank you, sir. He says, what would be your safest 10 to 20x from now to peak bull run? So we want a safe 20x. Those two don't necessarily go hand in hand, but I get the question you're asking, Germans. Without risk, there is no reward. So in order to get a 20x, you're going to have to put your money on the line and risk something. But hey, I think AI likely delivers 20x returns for some of these lower market cap ones. Is it possible we see $10,000 Tau to see a 20x there? Sure, it's possible. But that's kind of max bullish scenario. So likely you're going to have to hunt for smaller market cap stuff. So again, AI is where I would stick. That's where the money is going to flow. There's some options in terms of sub 50 mil market cap coins. Okay, 25 mil right now, OORT. I bought this one a few weeks ago at around 8 cents, 8 to 9 cents. But nonetheless, still think it could be one of those 20xers. Let's see, AI. Based at $2. This is a 75 mil market cap, so a 100x would be 1.5 billion. Or sorry, a 20x. Sorry, not a 100x. I think that's possible. Anyways, that's how I would play it. I would say look for AI coins in the around 50 mil market cap, and good chance those are going to 20x as long as you don't pick some vaporware garbage coin. 5.5 tax farm on Uniswap, right? And Maverick says safest 10x Tau, 5 to 6K easy. Let's go. Love it. Yeah, that would be a complete game changer. Tau at 5 to 6K. That would be a big come up for the kid. Let's just say that. Anyways, we got Armzilla in the house. What's up, Armzilla? Good to have you here. Let's see. Big Wave Dave is over on Maui. Good to know, man. It's a nice place. We got Adrian Ken with the 2 thumbs up. Miko says, Connor, what do you think about Ravencoin? Okay, so Ravencoin is an OG proof of work coin. It is. And by the way, this gray box I've had on my chart since 2020, 2021. This has not been moved. As you can see, this goes back to 2020. So what do I think about Ravencoin as an OG proof of work coin? It has staying power. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I don't see it going to zero, but likely doesn't give you amazing returns. Now, in the last cycle, it went around 23x from low to high. Likely does see diminishing returns, but probably still will give you a few multiples. And this is a 75% higher than current price at 3 cents is a big resistance level. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see like a 2 to 3x on Ravencoin here at the minimum. Yearly high is up here 5 cents. High from last cycle. If you see Ravencoin break out above 6, I would be very comfortable selling everything or selling 80% of your position here at 11 cents in this zone. But yeah, Ravencoin's an OG. OG proof of work coin. Been around the block. It ain't going anywhere. It's just a matter of will it give you the performance and returns that you want over, say, a newer asset that's more popular and kind of more hyped, if that makes sense. Maverick says, thoughts on the guns launch. Pump or sell the news. So let's see when that's going to happen. Let's take a quick look. What's the date? Regardless, we can compare it to some other launches. Right, this game, what is it? Off the grid, very popular, getting a lot of play time over in among the PC gamers. Now, it's a good sign, right? But there's been no game that people wanted to play in the crypto world, and now there's off the grid. So, with that, tokenomics are definitely going to be favored in terms of pre-sale investors and VC investors. That's how all gaming tokens are, except for Dream Machine. But nonetheless, I'm thinking in hypotheticals here. Because look, if Bitcoin and Solana break out and the market is largely bullish, then this is going to be a very, very hyped up launch, and people are going to have that house money effect where they're going to feel comfortable throwing money at the launch. If this thing launches and Bitcoin say is dipping, it's at around 63,500, that lowest support level I have, it likely will sell off. To answer your question, Maverick, this could be the gaming play that ignites the gaming market again. Could be. Okay, so this could be the big one to break out of the gaming bear market for the entire gaming industry in crypto, potentially. Just off of everything that I've been seeing about that game. So yeah, it could be a play, but I need to figure out exactly what day the token launches. Launch to be determined. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll figure that out, and we'll talk about that. Let's see why it says Bitcoin is at the point of control. It's just pausing before going to the VAH at 70,100. I like that take. A lot of different takes on the market right now. All I know is that this is a ticking time bomb. We're very close to the narrative date. Usually, right, if we look at, say, the AI conference, coins peak out around a week before. And, we still have around 2 weeks before this. So we'll see how it goes. But this is a different kind of narrative event where there's an outcome. It's not an AI conference where we know the conference is happening and then it's over. And like, this is going to determine the next president. So maybe it is quite different from, say, the AI conference that NVIDIA had in March that marked the top of AI, because this one, the winner will determine a lot about the future of the market, at least in the immediate short term. But anyways, good take, Wyatt. Now, in terms of these memes, it's really only the fresh kind of launches moving hard right now currently. Base is still looking good. Andy Blast is looking quite good, recovering really well. And this is a very bullish chart pattern, guys. This is going to break out higher. But there's Kendu on ETH right now, which is doing really well. And the Kendu on base. The Kendu on ETH one is just selling off constantly. So yeah, we'll see what happens here, but can do base is a play, I think. For anybody that's new here at Crypto Empire, this is a meme coin that was called in my group. I bought this down here at around a 3.8 mil market cap back in like late February, early March this year. We called this whole run up. I put my sell signal here at 120 mil. It peaked, crashed, peaked again. Now it's kind of just fading off. So nonetheless, I did really good on Can Do ETH. But yeah, they basically launched the base version of it. And in my head, it's more bullish than the ETH version right now. So we'll see how this goes. Chart's looking really good. Base memes for the most part are starting to pick up again. Polyfi memes selling off. Right, Trump down here at $3.37. Long wick down to 100 mil market cap. MAGA hat held its range low, so it's actually holding up better than the Trump token. In my head, this is all just kind of a stall before these things go to new highs. So I'm going to wrap it up like that. I'm bullish. We have our levels mapped out here on BTC, and we'll see what gives. But I plan on going live early tomorrow morning. So we'll be able to cover this, and we'll see if price moved, say, within the next 12 hours. We'll see if price moves within the next 12 hours. But overall, that's my take on things, guys. Hope you enjoyed this live stream. Just a quick one today. And thank you all for being here. You guys know what to do. Smash up that like button if you enjoyed the stream. It really goes a long way to support the channel. Smash up the like button. If you're new here at Crypto Empire, smash the subscribe button. Turn on all bell notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And if you'd like to join the Crypto Empire Mastermind, you can apply below using the first link in the description down below to get access to me inside of the private group. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.